Greetings, everyone. This is the Question GM. Uh, this is just another recap update video about what's going on in terms of my gaming life, in terms of what's going on with the channel, and maybe some other things that I'm working on as long for the month of June for 2019. Yep. So June is just over. It's already half the year is already gone, and maybe just looking back at it, I guess there have been a few things that's happening in terms of what I've been doing in terms of gaming, but maybe it's not. Maybe I wasn't as well prepared as I thought I was in doing the things that I wanted to do, and it's not exactly where I want it to be for the most part. But I think having done something is better than doing nothing at all, and I think there's an experience to learn from this, and hopefully if I embark myself on another major project of any kind in 2017 2020, maybe I would bear some of these lessons or at least some of the experiences in mind before I do them and be better prepared. So as always, my current project of the year is run a new game every month. uh, and currently I've just concluded my running of Mergers and Acquisitions. That is technically game number 3 of the year. So I'm practically on off, halfway off my target, and partly of that maybe because there was some transitional period, and there was also a few major holidays happening in certain time of the year. So I guess I should have taken those days into consideration and had to plan for that. But I think 3 games up to this point, and I've already sort of had plans for game 4 and game 5. But 3 games at this point, it feels little, just thinking 3 games. But actually, I think quite a lot has maybe changed my perspective about gaming, about how to learn new games, how to play new games, how to run new games, how to prep for new games. Uh, and in its own way, I've sort of expanded my circle of gamers that I played with, and this is just my second game. With Mergers and Acquisitions was played with a group of strangers, new players even, and I don't think I've actually put myself out there to play with that many people that I don't know on a personal level to play RPGs with. That may go to show that the community, has is there's all kinds of pickings of people you can play with in the current community that I'm in right now, which is a good thing. I mean, that was drastically different, say 10 years ago, uh, and yeah, I like to see that as a positive. But at the same time, I'm not exactly sure how is this going to change my dynamic with my current group. I don't think it would actually. I like my current group. I enjoy playing with them, and I see playing with strangers at the moment as a challenge. Like how do I run a game and make a game and play a game that is exciting for people that I don't know, with not having that knowledge in hindsight to be able to prep according to the taste of my group, rather than just trying to make an interesting game, a fun game at least for people to play with. And I guess it also helps me a lot in the sense of broadening my perspective, of playing with different kind of people and knowing what kind of taste they are out there, what kind of meta that's sort of going around in people's minds at different levels of experience. How a new player approaches the game is interesting compared to how a person who has played Dungeons and Dragons only, or people who's only played different RPGs other than Dungeons and Dragons. Uh, I wouldn't say I had any really bad experiences with playing with strangers so far. I mean, there is bound to be that one heckler out there in the community, but I think that's because I'm running games for a public event, and I mean the only reason why people who come to these public events is because they want to play RPGs, and and they probably want to, and they are probably a bit more open about possibilities and opportunities rather than bringing their emotional baggage along with playing a new game, so to speak. So maybe that's that's a good thing, I think, in my book, that the community is growing, maybe not as expensive as I hope it would be, or maybe I was being a bit too pessimistic uh, about certain kind of players in the community, and how they are sort of driving the conversation and driving the discourses. And it's good to know there is a silent majority out there who just are interested in gaming for the sake of gaming, and not really for any kind of other reasons or other agendas that they may have in mind. So yeah, so I guess, and yeah, and I mean I just ran mergers and acquisitions yesterday. I will definitely be doing a special video just on part of my quick starter project for the year, just to talk about not exactly review, but just to share my thoughts and reflect on how learning mergers and acquisitions, and every other subsequent new quick start rules. So what else happened in June? We had session 2 of Curse of Strahd, but I will not be posting my campaign diary videos until we had session 3. So that's generally the plan right now. I'm not sure if that's something my DM appreciates, or he would probably like to see those videos as they come out. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll talk to him about it. But I'm also trying to figure out a proper formatting for doing these campaign diary videos. I know they're not necessarily the most interesting things, because I don't personally don't watch campaign diaries of other GMs or other players. The only reason I have for doing them right now is mainly as a journal thing. So I'm totally not expecting uh, anyone to like click on on those videos just to view them for whatever's sake. But I think there is probably a better way to structure or format these kind of videos. Like, what are the sort of key information or elements or lore that I as a player will find interesting, that I want to keep, that I want to keep on record. But at the same time, giving an interesting or unique perspective about how, as a player, I'm experiencing a certain adventure module, in this case the Curse of Strahd. Uh, yeah, that's something I really want. I'll be exploring a lot of that, I guess, in as I make more and more videos of my campaign diary because of Strahd. I mean, if anyone's watching this for whatever reason, if you have any thoughts about that, just drop it in the comments, let me know, and I'll think about it. Yeah, it's something I definitely want. Something I never thought I would explore myself, but what the heck? Why not? Let's just give it a shot, and since I'm doing it anyway, might as well make something out of it. So I guess those are the major events that has happened in my gaming life. I mean, like my gaming is like, I don't dedicate like every week to gaming, every weekend to gaming. I mean, I generally do, but not on the actual plays kind of way. I work mostly, behind the scenes, in the sense that there's gaming work to be done. There's prep, there's reading, and there's some planning, some thinking, some musings. Speaking of musings, I'm definitely gonna try to start making questing musing videos again, for at least hopefully starting this month. It's something I've been struggling with, trying to frame my thoughts in a more interesting and discussion starting kind of way. The thoughts that I have, all this time, when I come down and try to put it on paper and try to write a script about them, it's actually been pretty challenging, because all the predispositions and all my biases and preferences all start to pop up, and then it makes it a very difficult video to make without sounding too ranty or too invested in a certain bias. And that's definitely not the I don't think that kind of videos would benefit anyone, in terms of trying to encourage discussion rather than hey, this is my point of view, and take it or leave it, and shut up whoever doesn't agree with me, that kind of thing. I don't. I think there's plenty of that kind of videos around already on the current YouTube channel, on the YouTube community in terms of RPGs. So I'm trying to I'm not trying to be different for different sake. I'm just saying maybe there's a better way we can have discussions and conversations about RPG topics. So I've probably have a couple of topics right now in mind that I just want to do a custom using videos on. Uh, but hopefully I'll get it right, and sometimes it's just better to fail in the first few tries to learn rather than learning how not to fail, which you're gonna have, which you're gonna do anyway. You're gonna fail at some point. You can't be perfect all the time. So major updates on the channel, besides the campaign diaries, monthly updates like these that I'll be doing quite more frequently, once a month. At least you'll be taking up a slot in my weekly videos. The quick starter videos, I did one for the rapid playing game, and obviously the most, I think the one that takes up the most of my time is definitely the prep quest videos for Out of the Abyss. I've done the video for chapter 6, Blingden Stone. Probably one of the more challenging but at the same time quite rewarding after I completed that video. I definitely left a few things that I should have said in that video, but the video, I mean these prep quest videos are probably the most popular of my videos in the channel right now. I mean it's probably the most useful one in terms of utility. But it's not reaching, like skyrocketing. It's like not reaching rocketing numbers in terms of views. It's the most in the channel, but it's nothing to be really impressed by. But I'm just making them for making them say it's generally been one of the main videos series that I've wanted to do since I started the channel. So the next video is going to be most probably going to be a very, very short one. Well, hopefully short as in less than an hour. There'll be chapter 7 because it's a very, very short chapter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, so that's gonna continue moving on and there's no reason to stop anything. And so basically that's June. So what is my plans for July? Well, as always, I'll be moving on to the next game for a quick start rules to learn from. I've already picked the game. I've actually picked the game along with the next game. Although I should be running that next game by July, and I should have been running the game that I picked this in June. So Mergers and Acquisitions, I basically had to take a stopover to learn quick start I learned Mergers and Acquisitions within a month, but I took another month just to prep for the quick start adventure. And that one I'll probably leave those my thoughts and experiences about prepping M&A in the M&A video. But that basically caused a delay in my schedule of learning quick start rules. I probably need to catch up I'm trying to find a place where I can catch up at some point. The game that I picked for July, which was supposed to be for June, it's not exactly on the easy part. It's probably one of the more complex games that I had to learn this year so far, and the game after that is definitely be way more complex, even for a quick start. And we'll see where things go from there. Anything else? Curse of Strahd Session 3, maybe Session 4 will both happen in the same month of July if our schedule lines up properly. I'm definitely looking forward to that, and also trying to make better videos from that. And I guess that's about it for June so far. And my plans for July. I think in terms of rhythm and schedule, I'm pretty much there already. I think if I can basically do the same thing that I did in June for July, then you can pretty much expect a regular schedule moving forward in this channel, that there will pretty much be a video once a week, although although obviously there will be more interesting videos made than some other videos that's being made on this channel. Because at the moment right now, I think every video that I make on this channel right now has a purpose, whether it's for myself or for the larger community at some point. And I think I should be able to sustain this schedule for quite some time, definitely way better than my blogs. And then until some major holiday comes in and screws everything up, and we'll see where where can we try to pick things back up again. So yeah, so I guess yeah, it's already pretty much almost 20 minutes of talking, and I think this is a pretty much good place to end. So in terms of, I hope things will keep on moving for July. Not hopefully nothing disastrous happens at some point. If there's any updates on that, I'll probably put it on my Twitter or some kind. So I guess this is the Question GM signing out for now, and see you in the next month for my next channel update slash gaming life quest log video. So yeah, see you then. Bye.